So good. We will go for the last one, okay? We're going for the last storyteller of the night. He's the probably now most prominent here in this place. He's here a lot, and I love him very much, and he's amazing. And many of you have seen him before, and he's my dear friend Anastasis. Give a wonderful applause. Are you staying? All right, cool. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for staying this long, and thank you, Michael, for putting this night together. Can we give a round of applause? I'm gonna tell you a story about my trip to Istanbul. I came from Istanbul 3 weeks ago. I was there. I grew up in Athens, in Greece, so I've been traveling to Istanbul since I was a teenager. I've been many times. It's quite easy to cross. Also, we don't need to pay a visa to get there. So I've been going to Istanbul a lot, and what I like about visiting places over a period of years, multiple times, is that each time I visit this place, because also each visit is. Each experience I have in this city is also I consider as a projection of myself and where I am as a person in that point of my life. So what I like about visiting this place is that every time I see also a different side of myself. It's a way for me to observe how I'm changing over the years. So I was there 4 years ago with my friends from Athens. We arranged this annual trip, like an Easter trip that we all gather in one place. To spend some days together. So it was 4 years ago. It was 2015. Back then, it was a weird. I was at a weird state in my life. I was back then. I lived in London, so I was depressed. And yeah, it was tough, and I couldn't afford this trip for many reasons. But I still decided to do it. I still decided to take it. There was something pushing me out of London, basically. There was something telling me just get away, run away, and so I did it. But even though I did, and I went there and I joined my friends, I think because I was in a bad state and I didn't want my friends to see me like this, I took my laptop with me and I pretended I have work and I need to stay indoors, and with the excuse that I've seen Istanbul and the touristic stuff, and you guys go see it, enjoy it, I'll stay in. So I was in this like I didn't want to stay in London, but even though I went there, I didn't spend enough time with my friends. It was a weird thing. And I remember one of these days that I was hiding in the apartment behind my laptop, avoiding confrontation from the people that know me best. One of them comes in, one of my friends, and he's in a state of paralysis almost, and he crawls on the couch, just spreads himself on the couch, and he says, I just came back from the hammam. You have to go to the hammam. Have you guys been to a hammam? Do you know what the hammam is? Yeah, okay, so the Turkish bath, yeah? Yeah, so you have to go to hammam, he says. I've never felt clean in my life before that hammam experience. So you don't know what being clean is. He said, what is the point in taking a shower? They ruined showers for me. There's no point in washing yourself. You will never be as clean as they can make you. So he said, and also plus he says, you have to take this massage. He says, you have to experience this massage. It's so relaxing. You feel so clean, so pure, so relaxed after it. So next day I go to the hammam. Now I enter the hammam. It's a guy is there. It's an old hammam at the outskirts of Istanbul, in a area only locals go. There's no tourists there. It's a really old building. There's an old guy with a fat mustache and a big belly at the door. Osman, very nice guy, very friendly guy. He's smiling. Not a word of English. He welcomes me to the hammam with a pair of flip-flops and a towel. That's the only thing he's wearing, a pair of flip-flops and a towel. He gives me a pair. And then he takes me to the steam room. So he puts me in the steam room there for 20 minutes. He lets me roast there very well in the steam room. And then he takes me to the washing room. And that's a really nice experience because you don't have to do anything. It's zero effort. You're not supposed to support your body or move at all. You just sit next to a water basin. And they wash you. They just lift your limbs one by one. And they just scrub them very thoroughly, very carefully, very nicely. And then at the end, they flush buckets of water down on you. Huh? It's very nice. And then he says, Osman looks at me and makes sure that no one else is looking around. And he looks at me and he says, Bahşiş. Now I know what bahşiş means tip. So I'm like, bahçiş for what? He says, bahçiş, bahçiş, çok güzel masaj. Say, bahçiş, çok güzel masaj. I said, how much? He takes some foam from my arm, some foam of soap, and he writes on the tiles next to my face. He writes 50. 50, çok güzel masaj. I said, okay, 50 çok güzel masaj, let's do it. Good massage. He takes me, he puts me to there's another room with a big slab of marble. And he puts me there and he starts beating me. Like, do you know when you catch an octopus and you need to like beat it on the rocks for a few minutes before the meat to become tender before you cook it? That's exactly how he's beating me, like an octopus, no mercy. It's like, and he's saying something in Turkish while he's beating me. He says something in Turkish, but by the tone of his voice, I can only translate to, you like massage, good? You like good massage? Huh? You filthy tourist, you like good massage. So he's really like, he's really putting some effort in this massage. Good, çok güzel. So then he takes me back to the washing room, and now I'm just melting, you know, my muscles are just melting. And he grabs my arm and he's washing like under my armpit, like he's scrubbing, and I'm just sitting there. And then so as he's scrubbing my armpit, I feel his penis touching the outside of my arm, right? So I don't look up, I just pull my arm a bit, and then he finishes that one, he picks the other one, and he starts scrubbing again, and then again I feel his penis here on the... So with the corner of my eye, I catch two younger guys walking into the room, and then I look up, and I look at Osman, who's smiling at me, and then he takes some foam off my head, and he writes on the tiles next to me, 100? Question mark, and he winks. So I said, no, thank you, I'm all right. And he said, okay, no problem. And he like washed me up, and then I left, and that was it. That was 2 years ago. Now I know why I said no. I said no out of fear, basically. I said no because I didn't know what was coming after I said yes to the 100. And in since then, in those 2 years that have passed since then, I've seen this fear. I've seen it, and I've smelled it, and I've tasted it, and I felt it in my body, and I felt it in my mind, and I tried meditation, and I tried therapy, and I even tried mushrooms. I tried everything. I tried. I thought that if I swallow this fear, I have a chance to digest it. A month ago, I went back to Istanbul. I went for work. Of course, the first chance that I got, I went to the hammam. Osman at the door, big fat belly, fat mustache. He's waiting for me, smiling. Hoş geldin. He takes me, towel, flip-flops, everything. He takes me to the steam room. He takes me to the washing room. 50. Yes, çok güzel massage. Yes, he gives me the massage, and then he takes me back to the washing room. And now, as he's washing me for the second time, I feel this fear creeping up my chest. And this time I say, don't run away, stay, and let go. Let go. Let go of judgment, and let go of ego, and let go of pain and resentment, and let go of all these thoughts. Just let go of mind and body, and just let go. And I have this moment that I look myself from the outside, and I see this guy at the outskirts of Istanbul in an old hammam with just total surrender in some guy's arms who's washing me. And I am at peace, and I realize that I'm no one, nowhere, doing nothing, and at the same time I'm someone, somewhere, doing something, and it only matters to me, and that's fine. And tears just burst out of my eyes, and they start rolling down, and I'm not even making an effort to hide it. I'm just dropping my head, and I let the tears just drain with the soap and the dead skin cells. And as I'm there and I'm sobbing, I feel his dick on the outside of my arm again. And I look up, and he's smiling at me, Osman. And he takes some foam and he writes 100. And I said, no, I'm all right, thanks.